Welcome back to another video, guys. My name is Chief Pat. Today, bringing you guys 5 things I want to see from Clash of Clans as we enter 2016. So I do this video every single year, and usually I get at least 3 or 4 things that I've wanted, which is pretty nice. But let's see what happens this year. And like I've said, I think 2016 is the most important year to date for Clash of Clans. We really are at a turning point right now, and we'll see where the game goes. But I'm going to name 5 things I want to see this year. And of course, I'm not going to be able to fit everything that everyone wants into 5 bullet points. So if you guys have something I missed, just drop a comment in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to check it out. So the number one thing I want to see this year from Clash of Clans, again, these are in no particular order, but this is the number one thing that needs to be addressed, is of course the loot situation. Now, I don't want to go too much more into it. I've spent probably my last 3 videos talking about this, and I don't want to bore you guys to death, but it's obvious that most of the player base is unhappy with the balance as it comes to finding loot and saving loot. So if we could get some sort of fix to this within the next couple of weeks, that would be ideal. It seems that they did communicate yesterday, and hopefully we'll be seeing some more communication throughout the next couple of weeks, but I'm really hoping that they knock this out within like the next 2 weeks. That's what I'm hoping and dreaming for. That way, they can start regaining some of the trust from their player base and start moving on to some of these new things that will make the game great and make people fall in love with the game that they've loved for their last 3 years. So that's it for number 1, fix the loot situation. Let's go to number 2, and this one is actually probably my most important thing that I want to see besides, of course, fixing loot. And this is going to be a new skill-based feature in the game. So currently with Clash of Clans, you have 2 things that really that are supposed, I guess, quote unquote, to determine skill. Number 1, you have trophy pushing, and number 2, you have clan wars. Trophy pushing is the individual version of how you determine skill. So I'm not going to touch on clan wars right now, but don't worry, I will mention that in one of my other bullet points. So let's talk about trophy pushing. There is almost nothing skillful about trophy pushing, and I'm a trophy pusher. I can just say that out loud. If I had to imagine the last 500 attacks I've done on my Chief Pat account, there's no question I've lost less than 5 of those. And like I've told you guys, I'm not the best player or anything like that. If you just happen to get good at a certain strategy, if you practice it a couple of times, you can get good at it to where you almost never lose with inside of the game, and it turns into 1, who can stay on the longest, 2, who can find the most bases within the clouds, and 3, who can spend the most money. So then all you have is people pouring money into the game. You have people getting other people to play their accounts, because you can't really lose in the game if you're a good player. It's very hard to lose unless you get tripped out by some sort of base design, but right now it just does not feel like individual skill shines within Clash of Clans, which is why personally I think they need to make a new feature that's able to do that. That's what's really cool about Clash Royale. If you have evenly matched cards, it actually is a true skill matchup. If you guys saw that YouTuber tournament, we all had matched up cards and we had changes. We had a chance to change out cards throughout the tournament. That made it 100% skillful. And of course, the most skillful person won. Cough, cough. All right, anyways, I just want to see some sort of skill-based feature within Clash of Clans on an individual level. That way you can see who truly the best players in the game are. It just doesn't make sense that it's never been like that for the last couple of years. Keep trophy pushing for how it is, but maybe create some sort of new arena where you can really show off your skills as a competitor. And I really feel like that's going to be the future for a lot of the stuff in the game, whether it comes to those events, like the esports version of Clash of Clans, all that stuff like that. I want to see a new skill-based feature in the game, and that's probably the number 1 feature I want to see right now. So number 3 on my list is going to be for clan wars, and this one's broken apart into 2 pieces. Number 1, I want to see arranged war matchups. Now, I know Jonas has talked about this before in an interview, and pretty much it came to the fact, I forget what he even said, but it said it's not on the radar right now as far as what they're doing. I feel like it would be a decent reward for the clan war community and for those hardcore players. I know it's a feature that really won't be utilized that often when you think about the grand scope of the game. How many players actually watch YouTube or are in these hardcore clans? Probably, 1%, 5%, I don't even know off the top of my head, but it's a good way to reward those people inside of the community who haven't seen too many updates since Clan War came out. Now, it's not as bad as I know a lot of people say. There's a lot of people who say they literally released Clan Wars and never updated it. That's definitely not true. They put in improvements in almost every single update. None of those major improvements that people want to see, of course, but they haven't just left Clan Wars out like a child they don't care about and just don't even look at it anymore. That's not true at all. But at the same time, you definitely can't say that they've been putting in 100% steam into Clan War. So I think that would be a good reward for the hardcore community, and it would be really good, and it would be fun for YouTubers as well. If I was able to arrange a war matchup against you guys as easy as just sending a request, that would be amazing. So that would be something I want to see in Clan Wars. And the second thing would be to clean up the Clan Wars scene. it would be great if there was a way, that's why in the Clash of Clans tournaments and the ClashCon and all that stuff like that, there was complaints about which clans they were sending. Well, it's sort of hard inside of the community right now, especially for some of those higher level clans, to see who's really fair play. And yeah, I won't expand too much more into that, but clean that up. And that's what I want to see as far as clan wars go. And of course, there's plenty of other things they can expand on for clan wars, but if they got those two things, especially in the first half of the year, that would be amazing. And it would be a really awesome thing. So number 4 is going to be a new troop for Town Hall 10. If you guys have heard me talk about Town Hall 10 before, in my opinion, Town Hall 10 is the worst Town Hall to be at in the entire game. I'm sorry if you guys are Town Hall 10. That's just my opinion right now, because you just don't unlock enough cool stuff. The free spell has been moved to Town Hall 9. All the best and latest stuff is at Town Hall 11. You sort of just have this Town Hall at Town Hall 10, which is a middle child like me that just doesn't have that spunk and it doesn't have what it needs right now. And as far as war matchups go, the balance at Town Hall 10 is a little bit questionable. People have been saying move the Grand Warden up to level 5 at Town Hall 10. That's an interesting concept, but I think a new troop for Town Hall 10 to really start filling out that Dark Barracks could solve some of those problems. If you added another cool thing that's unlockable at Town Hall 10, and let's say it's a really awesome troop, I think that would really satisfy Town Hall 10 players, give people an upgrade to Town Hall 10, really help with some of the balance. So that's really what I want to see right now, and hopefully something we see inside of 2016. And of course, the final thing I want to see inside of 2016, you guys could guess it, it's going to be a single player map refresh as well as seasonal maps. Now, I know this isn't even as close to important as things like fixing loot and stuff like that, but for me, I think it's pretty crazy that the last time you updated your single player maps, it was when Town Hall 9 was out. Town Hall 10 wasn't even out yet. That was 3 years ago, the last time you updated your single player maps. There's no Inferno Towers on the maps. There's no Expos on the maps. The maps are so outdated, it's ridiculous. I bet if you go back to Clash of Clans when these current maps were redone, you wouldn't even know what you were looking at. That's because how old the game was. Clan Wars were still a year away the last time they touched single player maps. So some sort of refresh for the maps so they made them somewhat difficult would be awesome. And then also some sort of seasonal map system. So let's say every 3 months or every sort of holiday, they release these new maps, maybe a pack of 10 maps. It's going to go ahead and give more resources to the community. It's going to give you that quick bump you need to get some of your upgrades. Pretty much, it's just another way to get loot while having an awesome amount of fun on a different feature inside of the game. So I think that's a win-win situation. I think the biggest thing holding them back from that would be the amount of time it takes to make new maps. So hire me as the single player map guy and all of your problems have been solved, Supercell. That's all I have to say, and that's going to be the final thing I want to see in 2016. So to give you guys a recap, number 1, it's going to be fixing the loot situation. Number 2, a new skill-based feature inside of the game. Number 3, do some touch-ups on Clan Wars. Number 4, a new troop for Town Hall 10. And of course, it couldn't be a Chief Pad video without number 5 being a single player map refresh. So that's it for this video. What do you guys think of these ideas? If you think they're good, if you think they're bad, if you have your own idea, because I'm sure there's plenty that I missed, just drop a comment in the comment section below. But I'm still optimistic towards 2016. If they can really fix this update, put that behind them, and then start releasing some cool new stuff quickly and not take 4 months, 3 months to do it, then I think they'll start regaining a lot of their player base trust, and that'll go a long way as we go into the future of the game. That's going to do it for this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.